Hello, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're doing a randomizer wheel again. However, this time is different because I'm doing just a custom crossover roster. Hermitcraft, X Lifesteal, X The Realm. I have, I think, pretty much everybody from every three groups of people. I think some people may be missing from The Realm because I didn't really update it from recent editions. Obviously, past Hermits and past Lifesteal members are not on there either. And yes, there's like 95 entries. We're going to be making 8 teams of 4 players, which is up here, teams of 4. And yes, let's get started. So if you're not familiar, by the way, with how this works, I spin the wheel. It gives me a result, green, and then in this case, I can actually remove him because it's a custom roster, but I'll just keep it as is. Green, and then I have to go over here. I have to find green, which this is not in order, so I'm just going to have to look green right here. Boom, green on the board. And next, and then I have to place people on the teams, and I cannot change it once they're placed fully. So you'll understand more, if you're currently confused, you'll understand more throughout the making of this roster. But next up we have Fit MC, who will actually slot in on a separate team. I was going to say with Korean, but no, a separate team is probably better. XP Crafted as well. Let me very quickly remove that. XP Crafted was the next entry. We'll put XP Crafted. I don't really know. So the thing is, within every one of these groups, there's a select few people I don't really know. XP Crafted is one of them. I don't really know much about XP Crafted. I know they're in Hermitcraft, but that is about it. So I can't skip this time around, so I'm just gonna make, I'll just reserve a team for, I don't know this person, I'm just putting them together type of situation, or like this is probably fine. XP Crafted could totally work probably with Fit or Green, I just don't know. Eco Rider is from Lifesteal, also somebody I do not really know. I'm gonna put them on another, we'll put them on a team where I don't really know much about them type of situation. Also, one thing that is interesting here is I'm gonna try to make things balanced, which is almost impossible, but that means Lifesteal and Hermit crossovers are going to be very likely to happen in this instance. I'm just going to have to, Saikuno, use up players that I am familiar with that I know will work together, which is already going to be really difficult, but it should help. I also think I forgot to add Joel. I think Joel might be, I think Joel is I just realized I forgot to add Joel. Hold up, let me grab AimZ real quick, and then 1 sec, let me get Joel. Okay, Joel's on the list now. I don't know how I forgot Joel. That's like the one Hermit I know best, but whatever. We had Amy, I put Amy on the yellow team. Continuing forward, because I guess Amy could go in different spots, but for example, Kyle F, fantastic fit to go with AimZ in my opinion. Kyle also works here. I also would trust Kyle to go with Hermits. Actually, he might be somebody I need for Hermits. No, not really. I mean, there's a good chance I run into people that could work with Hermits, probably. Phil, Hannah. Kyle's kind of, no, Kyle probably would be good to have with Hermits. Do I want to put Kyle up with Grian? I mean, that's kind of iconic, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. Sneeg Snag up next. Sneeg will go with Fit, of course. That's a perfect fit together. No pun intended. Bad boy Halo. He'll go with Psycho. No, maybe? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of what actually makes sense. I mean, Bad goes on a Minecrafter team usually, but I feel like he could be fine with Taikuno. I'm trying to think, because I want, like, technically I want Tina, Foolish, and then whoever makes sense there to go with Saikuno. So maybe I'll just put Bad on his own team. There you go. Ross I think will go with Bad as well. Family-friendly pairing. Owen would be nice to have on there, of course, right? That'd be cool. Could have a Hermit on there too, of course, because every single Hermit at least can be family-friendly. Toby, who was I asking for? Tabo, on this team. Perfect. I mean, he could also go there, but like, most iconic situation here would be getting a Lifesteal member and then also Etho, and then boom. Problem solved. Lukey, I have no idea. Like, I'm gonna be so honest, I don't really know who that is. I know they're on the Realm, but that is about it. I'm gonna put them with Eco Rider. That probably doesn't make any sense, but they're on the same team now, so unlucky. Phil would fit the best here. However, I may need Phil for Hermits at some point. I haven't gotten many Hermits yet, so I'll reserve Phil's Minecraft for Hermits. How is this looking right now? I have realm. I did too many realm teams. Oops. Then here's a lifesteal member. That's the only lifesteal member so far. So, yep, that's it. So I need to put Phil in a different team. This could work with a hermit. That'd be fine. This could be okay. That might be able to work. I don't really know much about XP Crafted, but I assume they're at least chill, and they probably, you know, most of hermits I think would mesh with Phil. I don't know if XP Crafted is, you know, cool with maybe less family-friendly oriented content, but should be fine, I hope. Phil could also go here, but I think I want to reserve this for Hannah, if possible, of course. So we'll go with this for now, I think, probably. Yeah, we'll go with that. Joel himself, Joel Smallish Beans. He can go on red, probably. Or do I want to reserve a whole team for hermits? Probably. No, because I need lifesteal at some point, right? Where am I putting lifesteal right now? Here, here. This maybe depends. This could work. Actually, there's a lot of lifesteal spots. I'll put Joel in his own team. Vintage beef. God. Vintage beef. We'll put here. Might look like it makes no sense, but trust me, I at least watched Vintage Beef in the past. I feel like Beef and Fit is a good combo. I don't know, man. That's just instinctively. I guess Impulse would also be good to keep because then we have the Sneak Snack crossover. Beef just feels like he would work with like that. This type of crowd, this type of crowd. That could also be fine. Or maybe. Obviously that would be fine. I'll put Vintage Beef, you know what, on purple. Eek Rider is a duplicate, actually. Spoke is here. Right. I'll put him on yellow. I think high energy plus high energy will go swimmingly. That's the same person. We have Pearl. Pearl will go with Amy, but maybe not so much Spoke. I guess, yeah, I mean, that we kind of have to. Squiddo, there's more lifesteal. Squiddo will go on the, the green team, I think, I guess. Where's Squiddo at? There. Sorry. Spectacle, I don't really know much about Spectacle. Spectacle's just gonna be put on the blue team. That's, yep, there you go. Pearl's duplicate. Yeah, so as you can kind of see, when you're doing a crossover like this, Scar's a great one to have. You're running into a lot of problems. I cannot determine the consistency at which I'm getting certain people. I think Scar has to go there, probably. Scar knows Kyle, or at least they have done content in the past, so that makes sense. I'm running into very limited decision making. I specifically wanted to do 8 teams of 4 because it makes it harder, and which is more interesting. And you're seeing some crazy crossovers here. Terrain, I know Terrain, but I don't know much about Terrain. I'm gonna put Terrain on the. I think Terrain's like a little goofy, silly. This may not be the best fit, but I kind of want to because for some reason it feels like it makes sense. Just purely based off of the profile pictures. I don't really know why. No, maybe, I'll put the rain here instinctively. I don't know, makes no sense, but whatever. Me Young will go on pink. Kind of have to, yeah. Bacon Waffles, I'm not too familiar with either. I know Bacon Waffles is one of the more prominent lifesteal members, I think. I want Hannah on yellow. Or like Peggy. Or Zab, just so I have a connecting piece there. Bacon Waffles here probably doesn't make sense. Do I put Bacon Waffles with Smallish Beans? I don't know. Who am I getting is the problem. I don't know who I'm getting. I'll just put them there. Eek Riders for the 3rd time. Joe Hills from Hermitcraft will go, where Joe Hills at? Joe Hills. Yeah. I'll put Joe Hills there. That's the same person. Bacon Waffles again. Who are we getting next? Scar again. That's the only problem with like a smaller wheel is we're getting a lot of duplicates, but Radoons is a great pull. Now red here fits almost perfectly. But balancing is a little bit of a question at this point, because that doesn't feel balanced compared to the only other full team I have so far, which is the purple team. Red will also be cool to have there. Red and Toby are very good friends. That could be a fun crossover. Red here could work probably decently fine. Who else would I really want there? I don't know. I think Red there makes sense. Who even is a better pull for? Oh wait, I mean Panky, but also Panky there. But I'll put Red there. I'll put Red there. I don't really know who else I'd want for this team, so I'll put Red there. Bad Wahila is a duplicate again. Then you have Jaren, who I also am not very familiar with. I think at this point I'm gonna have to maybe put Jaren on the what's it called, the blue one, because I don't really know much about the blue one. I have no clue how good they are as players either. So I'm just kind of going for whatever. Cub fan. Well, I don't think any team could be balanced with the addition of Cub fan. Probably. No, I need this one to be like an okay player. I kind of need a lifesteal member for every single one of these teams. So Cub fan's going on the smallish beans and bacon waffles team. Spectacle. Did I already have Spectacle? Yes. Gem. Gem is actually kind of nice to have in this as well. Gem seems like a pretty easy to work with type of teammate. That would be iconic in terms of the Pearl and Gem combo, but Spoke is a little bit of an interesting pull there. If I get Hannah, it'd be like a really, like just a bummer here because that would have fit really nicely. I think Gem there could work out fine. Gem's pretty good, right? So that could make it balanced maybe a little bit. Depends on the roster, I guess. Gem here is probably not strong enough for the whole team. This one's also not, and then this one's too strong. So yeah, we'll go for that. Clown Pierce, perfect. We needed Clown Pierce. Okay, Clown Pierce goes here. Boom. Okay, perfect. Nice. Thank you, Randomizer Wheel. Wells Knight, that's a little bit more of a difficult one to work with. I guess I'll put Wells Knight on Aqua. I don't think Wells is very good at Minecraft, so that would probably be fine. And then Skiz is not going to be balanceable, but we'll put Skiz on the orange team, and then we get, that's a duplicate. Who's going to be the one to finish off the last team? XP Crafted we already had. Please just give me not the Rapture. Yep, that's a team. I mean, look, Pearl may not fit the best on this team because it's a very high energy, chaotic scream type of team, but I guess it could be fine. That's the Randomizer Wheel crossover edition between Hermitcraft, Lifesteal SMP, and The Realm. Yeah, this is not a good roster. It'd be very interesting, but it's definitely not a cohesive one. There's a lot of things that I would change, but there's a couple ones that I think are okay. More particularly red, green, pink, maybe purple. The rest I think definitely are a little, maybe aqua could be fine. The rest is just like kind of a, Orange is a little random, yellow is very random. The blue I just don't know, and then yeah, that's kind of the gist of it all. Let me know your thoughts. I will not have a link for this in the description because it's not an official thing. If I refresh this, it'll be gone. So if you ever want to do another wheel yourself, go make it. Go be creative and make a fun list of everybody that you think would be fun to have in a thing. It's pretty easy to make. So yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.